Hey, this is Dwayne Golden, and I'm excited to share with you today 4 things that you must know when creating a fortune with digital products. Many of you don't even know that you can create a fortune with these things called digital products that I'll introduce you in just a minute. In this free training, I'm going to do a couple things, right? I'm going to eliminate the idea that you have to have a gift of gab and you have to be this great public speaker from webinars or from the stage to create a lot of money online. What I'm going to show you are that these 4 things that you must know that you want to plug in so you can begin creating an income for your family from home. Watch this. You don't have to quit your job. You don't have to do that anymore. You can still keep it. If you're close to retirement, keep it. Who cares? But you can create a fortune literally following some really cool stuff. Now, one of the things I want to tell you before we begin this free training you're getting because you already have a free account with us, right? But that's cool. But what's really cool is when you see how to plug this stuff in, I don't want you to hesitate. I'm going to want you to log in and get started at least at the 0.03 manager level. Because with that, we're going to plug in the autoresponder. A lot of the work's done for you. Some of us guys, I'm going to show you I had to work my tail off to create great money because nothing was done for me. I had to do it all. But what we've done, we package it up. So you don't have to become the next big guru. You can make the money, love your time with your family, and do your thing. Let's take a look at what that means. The first thing I'm going to want you to know to create a fortune with digital products, the first one of these things that I want you to know is that you've got to automate the process. What do I mean? If you could believe this, in 2007, I had just learned some great principles, right, at the beginning of the year. Well, actually, in 2006, I was taught about these cool things called digital products, except in those days, the only way you could get them was to download them to your computer or you'd get them on a CD, right? CDs was how you stored your data. And these digital products were products. They had websites. They were ebook software, videos. And it's like, I didn't know what to do with them. I went to this training because I'd started a business that was actually slacking off. And I wasn't sure how we were going to pay mortgage and all these things. I didn't know what to do. I went to this training that my brother paid for. It cost him $5,000. When we get there, they have this booklet of more than 1,000 digital products. They were already zipped up. It cost $2,700. Then another package that this guy sold. Now this, I don't want you to get this. You don't have to do any of this. It's already been done. That's the magic. But I don't want you to miss what I'm talking about automated. Nothing was automated. So they go off to a training, and to get the products, it cost $2,700 just to get them. Then another product, it was about 29 or 30 CDs of training of internet marketers telling you how to market products. So we had to get that. So he bought that. Now listen, I'm already in the hole. I'm already behind in my mortgage. I don't know what I'm going to do. I go home. I close the door. I start digging through this stuff and trying to figure out what to do. And I learned to create a process that wasn't automated. But what I did do is I leveraged it. So to eliminate some of the junk that I had to do, I have decided to automate for you things that I didn't want you to have to go through. I had to hire someone to program. They charged me $1,200 a month. Every digital product, when someone bought it from me, he had to schedule an appointment with the customer to set up the product and the web page, right? And to connect their payment button. I had to pay $1,200 a month until I ended up with more than 50 customers. Then they wanted to spruce it up. It was $1,200 a week. And before you know it, when I started selling these things called digital products, because I sold it, not just the product, but I sold it the added value, I had to automate it and it wasn't working. So I hired another programmer. And before I knew it, I had multiple people. Every time I had a customer, I'd get a hold of whichever one was available to start setting up their packages. And before you know it, I have a huge expense related. I was making great money, but I had a great expense. The power of working with this is, oh my gosh, when it became automated, woohoo, it took a couple of years to get it automated. It changed my life. But before that point, my first digital product Yahoo moment, it's when I began to realize that the whole world every month would gather around specific days where there were special sales going on. So by the end of 2007, we've already generated approximately about about a little more than $750,000 in sales. of which more than half of that was related to digital products. You're like, what? Really? Yeah. Now, in those days, webinars were just being introduced. There really weren't many. So many things were done by phone and conference call. So if you automate your process, I want you to note something. In a few moments, I'm going to show you that we've already automated that process for you inside of our system. But let me show you what I did. There was a video housing center, and it was called, not Vimeo, but it was called InMotion, I think it was. And I would actually take videos from there, put them on my website, but I also would back them up on YouTube. So I'm going to let you see some of them. Take a walk with me. I'm going to show you some of the things I would do. I would have these sales. I'm going to click on them, right? Here's one, Columbus Day sale. And here I am selling people to go to my page. On my Columbus Day sale, this is, I don't know what year this is. Now, the InMotion site, all those pages are down. So this one was on October 8th, 2010. The next one, let's see, this was a Christmas sale. Day 2 of the 12 days of Christmas. My first 12 days of Christmas was in 2007. I want you guys to get this. We started off around the 14th of December and worked our way all the way to Christmas Day. And during this time frame, my very first year with it, we only sold digital products. Every day, we would send out an email message and send them out, and they go to our website. On our website, we'd have an InMotion video where this video would be there. And is it InMotion? Motion something or other. I don't know, it may not be called InMotion. Some kind of web and video center. But later, YouTube, when it was bought by Google, I began to store them here on YouTube. So watch how cool this is. We literally would generate our first year in 2007, just from the Christmas sale, $16,000, right? The way it worked is some people chose 2 payments for their product. And so we did over 10,000 by Christmas Day. And by New Year's, the other payments that drifted in total of $16,000, over 16,000. And that's interesting. Who would have ever imagined? What are these digital products you're talking about, Dwayne? I'm going to show you, but I need you to know this is without automation. Here we have a Black Friday sale, right? And you might think, who's going to go? Yeah, they all went to my video and watched it. Here's one, Halloween. And now I set up a website. I bought a domain called Your Golden Special, right? And every time I had a sale and send people to it, it would always be the same page. It's like I had no automation at the time. This one, I don't remember. I said the sale was really spooky, and I pretended to be out in the snow. There were so many of these. 2009, Labor Day, 08, Christmas Day. I did look at there, a spelling error 20009, right? 12 days of Christmas. So there's different things going on in different years. I just tried to randomly find in YouTube because the Motion site that I had all these things stored is no longer there. 12 Days of Christmas, 07. This is the original, guys. The original Christmas sale. Amazing. Watch out, day 3. Now, why am I showing you this? Yeah, that's not good. I was pretending to be the Aunt Connie. I had all these different personas. I had to work my tail off. Now, why am I telling you I had to work my tail off? Because I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to work your tail off. I want you to remember that in these things that you must know, you must automate the process, and you must literally do so in a way where it doesn't take you all the time that it took me. It took me several years to master automating, having sales from me going on all around throughout the year. Now I want to help you out, and you're going to be able to do this. You're going to be able to do this with our training. Valentine's Day is coming up, right? After that, I think it's graduation week. Whenever something happens, I love to have sales, and I sell these digital products. Now watch how cool this is. I'm going to log you inside after we get to point 2. You don't just want to automate. You want to match your products with your audience. What do you mean, Dwayne? I mean, you're going to want to make sure you're selling something that people are buying. How would you know how to do that? I'm glad you've asked. Once we go inside and take a look at these products, I want you to note, you have Google, which is the #1 search engine in the world. Then you also have, what's interesting, is YouTube, which is the #2 search engine in the world. If you find out what people are searching, that'll tell you which product to sell at that time frame. If right now there's X of 1 million people are searching for a specific thing, or 800,000 or 5 million, you know what to do. Then there's other tricks we teach you on the inside about matching the product. You see, there are things that we want to do with you. One of them is we want you to be able to offer 10 times the value. Because when you make value this big and you make the price this big, the question isn't if you will get a sale. The question is, how many sales will you make? And what we want to do is present that value for you or for your customers through our automation process, so things are happening on your behalf, so you don't have to do all the work that we did. So I'm only saying that because I want to go out and take a look with you. I want to go out and take a look with you inside of our smart products. Take a look at the screen. Inside of our smart products pack program. Inside of here, we've got a ton of digital products. And what's interesting about it is we had to have programmers set up the user's PayPal or merchant account. We've done that for you under merchant options. Everything's already set up for you. And when you have a customer and they join our system, theirs will already be set up for them. You don't have to set anything up for them. They can have a link point, right? They can have a merchant account system, or authorized.net. It doesn't matter. What's really cool is they don't even have to build a website. This I love. You don't have to build a website. And what's interesting is when they go and look at what type of products they're going to have, I was just talking to my son about this today. They don't even have to have a website developer put up the website. You don't have to have a copywriter. These things took time. What's interesting, what I love most isn't the fact that there's a web page, but there's a web page that gives them all the value of what they get. If they buy it now, not only do they get a reduced price, but they get a bonus video on how to optimize the lead generation. They also get another bonus video on how to monetize their mailing list. They get all the extras. And what's really cool is for just $27, when they pay it, they pay you. Somebody say, that's just $27. Well, let me tell you something that's interesting. What we train on is we want you to do things in increments of whole units, right? We want you to do it in whole units. So imagine this, if you have only 100 sales, if you follow our system for getting 100 sales, that's $2,700 you would have been paid. You get paid it. You understand that the system will pay you 100% of what you're selling. We're not taking a cut. We're not taking 1%, 2%, or 3% as any other entity would. It's all yours. We have cut to the chase. We've decided not just to optimize, but we also want to match your customer. So your customer who wants to be paid for having a good system can get it, but your customer who needs to learn about lead generation can get it, and the sky's the limit. And you can also download and use what they have. But Dwayne, how can we master getting our customer out and finding the customer? You don't have to worry about that. We teach the training. We train you on how to find those customers, what we've been doing. Now, let me show you something. As I search lead generation, I get to start looking at different hot sites out here. Here's a guy that has 28,000 viewers on lead generation. Here's someone who has 290,000 views. This is a good one. But here's what's interesting. We want to find someone who has X number of subscribers. So when you go to some of these sites and they have million subscribers and they already have their following, we teach you how to have a campaign where users are looking up, or their subscribers all will see your ad for lead generation. Let's just go and take a look. I want to do something. I saw one for 1.2K. 21,000. I'm looking. There's one, 724,000 views. Let's take a look at something. If you'll follow with me, I want you to see this guy has 2,039,000 subscribers, right? And what's interesting is, or he's 2,039,000 subscribers. What's interesting is, with this guy, we can literally run an ad and they target all of his subscribers for leads. Now, what's interesting is, if you have a $27 product, many of them who follow him want to be like him and get leads, and they're just going to capitalize. The people that are subscribing here, they're subscribing elsewhere. This is one example of matching your leads. There's more we'll teach you on the inside. So, as we look at the concept of matching your products with an audience, we don't just match your product with the audience. We match your product with an audience in multiple ways. The audience who wants to actually gather leads and also who want to make money while they're doing it. If you can imagine, when you sell a product like this, you're actually generating leads also. So now you're getting paid to generate leads. This is the kind of matching I'm talking about. So number one, you automate the process. We've done that for you. You don't have to do that. Number two, match your product with an audience. We walk you through every bit of that. That's why we tell you, you want to get started. If you're here on the free account, enjoy the free training. We're going to throw it out to you. But it's not enough if you can't apply it. Get inside. Get started at a minimum, the manager level, so you can begin to create the value for your families. We're going to help you set it all up. In many cases, we'll do that for you. Now, you can go as high up to much higher levels where you get all the done for you stuff, more products, more things. But right now, if you could just get in and get started at least the 0.03, which is, watch how powerful this, the manager level, you're ready to manage your business at a high level immediately. And you're getting 100% just from the sales of your smart products. But I'm going to go further. Number three, you have to communicate with your audience. Now, some of you, there's some major good. You're not a Tony Robbins, and you've reckoned with that, no problem. You're not like me. I like to be in front of the camera. I like to get out there, right? So what? You don't have to do that. What you need to do is know you're here because you read an email message from someone somewhere. You got an email from us, or you got an email from someone else who invited you. Someone's communicating with you without communicating with you. Well, we've got that set up for you. When you start off at the 0.03 level, you're starting off with a subscriber list, an email campaign that can be created already through an auto-response system. Now, here's the powerful thing behind this. In our trainings, we not only teach you how to write the email messages, right? We also set up messages that you can just adopt where you don't have to do it. We can give you a share code. You could use messages that we've already created. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, but what you do want to do is you want to get started at a level where you can absolutely take advantage and leverage every bit of this system so that you can begin creating the fortunes for yourself. Remember that I told you, there are 4 things you've got to know if you're going to create a fortune with digital products. You're going to need to automate your process. You need to match the products with your audience. Number 3, you need to communicate with that audience, which we take that off your hands by not only teaching you the principles and the concept of how to do it, which I'm going to send you an email message that has some great trainings in it for that. But number 4, which is my favorite, not just communicate using autoresponders, but communicate with our automated processes. But what's interesting is you need to get paid directly. You see, there are many systems out there, and there are people that want you to become their affiliates and sell their product, and they give you half. What we're doing, you cut it to the chase. We've set it up so that when someone pays for the product, you're getting the money. Our system is sending them the product. Our system is sending them the bonuses. You win. You get to set things up in a way that is absolutely mind-boggling. And when you do that, I want you to note there is nothing that should keep you from the success. Here's what's interesting. You didn't know this, but when you're actually using our smart products, take a look at my screen. Did you know when I said you have to match your product with your customer? Did you know we have an integration here where you could actually include Facebook tracking pixel? So that you could set it up so that now when someone first visits your page from that day forward, every time they log into Facebook, they're going to see your ad for your product. Did you know that we could do that? You could put your Google Analytics coding in here so you could have the system tell you, right, different data about it. You have this many visitors, this many people bought, it's going to give you the data. There are so many cool things that we set up for you, including what's called a lead magnet, so you can generate leads while you're getting paid. I could go on and on and on, but the most important thing is I gave you 4 amazing tips on how you can literally grow a fortune. And how does it work? What are those 4 things? The first one, automate your process. We've done it for you, right? We've automated it for you so you can be ready to rock and roll. Number 2, match your products with an audience. We not only teach you how to do it, but we do it. We've cut it to the chase. We have shown you where to find people, and we show you where to find people who are looking for the products that we have. Number 3, you got to communicate with them. When someone comes and looks, right? We actually set up a lead magnet and show you how to do that, where someone takes a look, they subscribe, and our system will begin to send them an email message that we've written or you've written, right? Or a combination of both. You got to communicate with them, and we help you with that. What you're learning about isn't pie in the sky. You're not giving a guarantee just guru dust. You're just going to get rich quick. No, this is how to create fortunes. I've been doing this for 2007, that's what, 13 and a half years, right? I've cut it to the chase so you can walk in the door and start doing what I've been doing over the years after all this experience and do it immediately. And you know what? Created this kind of a system a few years back, right? Some 6-7 years ago. And when I did, guess what I learned? No one else has done this. You get to get it from the best, the people that have put this together on your behalf. And not only will you handle all three of these and communicate with your customer, you can communicate with them through email messaging and autoresponders, lead magnets, and all that cool stuff. But the most important part is the fourth. The fourth thing that must be in place is you get paid directly. You know, I started this off. I remember I went to the Jerry Clark's camp and I began to sell products, but I didn't own any of them. I had to give them a percentage. So I sold them. I kept 60%. They got 40% of everything I sold. I'd sell their digital products. Aha. Yeah, the sky's the limit for you. We've cut it to the chase. I want you to log inside. I want you to get set up. You're already here. We're talking to you. We're showing you the value. We're going to give you free training all day long, but the free training has zero value for you if you don't plug it in. Get in. Follow the steps that I'm about to share with you on how to get set up. Now, watch out. What do you mean get set up? I mean, get started now so we can begin to work with you and set your world afire. So you can begin to, watch this, slowly, gradually match the kind of money you're making from your job, then surpass it, right? And then surpass that. What's interesting is most of you only know cold turkey. Some of you get rid of your current income because of what you're going to do and never do it. Now, all of a sudden, you, your family, and everybody thinks it's all a scam. You can actually start building that money right now and go up the ladder and build a future for you and a legacy for you and your family. So what I want to do now is I want you to not just know you how to get started. I want you to know how. You might be thinking, wait, how? Well, how, right? I'm going to show you that now. So when you get inside, I want you to note, you're going to see this upgrade button, right? You can see a lot of stuff. I don't want you to get distracted with that. I want you to see the upgrade button. It's as simple as, go ahead, click that button, that upgrade button. And when you look, you're going to see at the top, select package. I've already made it clear. You want to start at a minimum at the manager level. But if you can stretch it, go to the vice president because there's so much more we get to give you and help you get set up for that income. Some of you spend more than that on cigarettes a year or alcohol and things like that. I'm not in your business. I'm just telling you. You want to start putting money into things that pay you back. So at a minimum, you want to start here. And worst case scenario, start at the highest possible level that you're capable of today. We can work with you at any level. We just can do the most at the minimum of this level. We can still do things for you at these other levels. But here's what I want you to note. You've got to, if you want to get more out of life, you got to put more in. And we're telling you at a minimum, go here. This is less than $300. When you click it, watch the power in this. You go ahead and you can use the QR code, or you can just send the Bitcoin, 0.03 Bitcoin to this address. 30 seconds after it's sent, we want you to click this activation button and it'll tell you successful. That's the next thing. That's it. I want you to do that. Once you do it, you can contact support by here at the help desk. Let them know you follow the steps. What's next? Or here's the beauty. We're going to know it and we're going to contact you anyway so we can walk you through the next steps and getting you ready to start generating income ASAP. So that's how that's done. This is Dwayne Golden. We wish for you the most success of all. Get inside. Go ahead and upgrade now. Go to the 0.03 level at a minimum or higher and get moving. Take care.